Today, on a special edition of Stacia Pierce TV, we're live from the International Women's Success Conference in Orlando, Florida, and Dr. Stacia teams up with her daughter, social media guru Ariana Pierce, to interview health expert and owner of Wheatberry Café, Napoleon, as they discuss practical health issues for entrepreneurs. It's all coming up next.
Today is going to be a great day.
This is your day for something new. This is your day to make it through. This is your day, so come along and see what you can do. You can have it, you can do it, you can make it, nothing to it. Successful living is yours. Learn to be successful. Learn to be successful. Learn to be successful. Right now with Stacia Pierce.
Yes, thank you, Laura.
All right.
This is so exciting. Yes. Okay, I just want to tell you all a little bit about Wheatberry and how I got introduced to it. I was actually having some troubles breathing, and I was sharing with her this story earlier. But I was having some breathing issues and some just health issues, and it wasn't even asthma. They couldn't put a name to it, but I had an inhaler. So a lot of people didn't know that, but I carried an inhaler in my purse all the time. And I said, you know what, this has got to stop. If I'm going to be a successful entrepreneur, I have to be able to breathe. I need to be able to, get around. Exactly, it's very important. You need to breathe. I mean, you got to breathe. I need some air. So I said, there has to be something out there. And then we began researching about kale. Right. Actually, my mom introduced me to that. And she said, there's this, kale thing that people are doing. And it's very popular, of course. She was all into the popularity of it. But of course. But I said, okay, there must be something to it. If I can find a juicing place that offers kale in a very high form, pure form, maybe it will help me. And so I went over to Wheatberry, and they're in Altamont and here in Florida, and I went there and I tried it, and I've been doing it ever since. And when I tell you my breathing has cleared up, I have not used an inhaler for months.
Wow.
Off from drinking their kale juice. Wow. Exactly. And it's been awesome. My skin has totally cleared up. I get compliments almost every day on my skin. Say, oh my God, you have beautiful skin. I know it's just from the kale and drinking their juices. And then another thing I had was back problems. And so I had swelling in the back, and I knew it was a, issue that I was having. So I said, okay, I'm sure they have a juice for that. So I went to Wheatberry one day, and I got the, what is it called?
I think you had an elixir.
Yeah, an elixir, exactly, yes. And it has cayenne pepper and all these great things in it. And when I tell you my back was healed in a day, it was totally healed, no more swelling in the back, and I could walk. And so this thing is really powerful.
And then it worked for Dad too.
Exactly.
Right? For your dad. He had the same problem, and he went to the doctor 3 times, and then you ran up the street and said, "Let me go to Wheatberry."
Right.
And you came back with some juice, and Dad said, "Really, juice?" Okay.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, "I've been to the doctor 3 times this week, and you want me to drink this? I'm gonna be okay." And he drank it, and then the next day he was up and thought he could play basketball.
Right, something like that. Dunk, something, I don't know. But it was awesome, and it has very great healing properties. So we're just going to talk to you today about that, and I want you to really tell the audience, how did you come up with the whole juicing business? How did you get started in that? Can you tell us your story?
I can tell you, our juicing company did not happen overnight. We actually were going to open up a different type of franchise, my husband and I, and it actually was a bagel store, believe it or not, and we were not bought into it. Rick and I are not passionate about bagels. We're vegetarians. When Rick and I met, oh my gosh, 28 years ago, we're having our 25th wedding anniversary this November. That'll heat up the room. So we were going to open up a franchise, like I said, and we were not passionate about bagels. So Rick was in a crossroads with his career. I was as well. I had a year to give Rick and say, okay, we're just going to do something different. And we decided to open up Wheatberry. We are very passionate about what we do. When we met 28 years ago, we were both vegetarians to begin with. So we had the healthy aspect of our lives intact. I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 38 years old.
Wow.
Being a vegetarian, you can't get breast cancer, right?
Right.
It's not discriminatory, I hate to say it. Like I said, I was 38, healthy, marathon runner, had 3 beautiful sons, so we had the health going for us. And I was a major soy eater. I ate a lot of soy food. I made a big decision, and I saw a traditional doctor, and I also saw an alternative medicine doctor. I had a double mastectomy. I thought I was dying. I knew that I was not going to be around to raise our 3 boys. And I asked the doctors to I actually said, remove my legs, my arms, I just need to be here.
Wow.
I need to have my voice, I need to have my heart, and I have 3 beautiful boys. My baby was only 3. I was up in we have a beach home over in New Smyrna, and Rick took me to the beach, and I was standing on the top deck, and I literally pulled my hair, and I couldn't even feel it. And the fear was so overwhelming. And like you said, fear, you guys, I'll tell you what I did, and you were so right. Just make that step. I got on my knees. That's my personal thing to do. And I got on my knees, and I asked God to take away the fear.
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good. That's a good first step.
It was.
Good first step.
It was a good first step.
Good first step.
And the fear went away, and I'm here to tell you the story. I mean, now I'm 53, and I would not have been here to meet you had I not gotten rid of the fear. In that particular point of my life, it was getting rid of fear for dying of cancer. But starting Wheatberry was something that...
So would you say that once you got rid of the fear, then the answers could begin to come? Were you so gripped with fear that, did you know what to do next for yourself, or did you first have to get rid of fear to know where to go next for your next move?
I had to get rid of the fear and put myself in survival mode, but the faith of making the steps in an uncharted territory for me, which is something that you've been speaking about the whole time. It's just taking the leap of faith and doing what you love. I, at that particular time, loved life, loved my family.
Yes.
When it comes to Wheatberry, like I said, we couldn't do something that we didn't love, and directing the brand of your company was something that if we could do over, we would change a little bit. We started broad, and we narrowed the focus. So that is so important, like you said, is to brand. And Rick and I couldn't wrap our hands around, juicing is not in Florida. We are so far behind. I mean, how many vegetarians do you even know, much less vegans, and much less to step it up a bit raw? We are a cafe that dehydrates our food. We don't cook food. It's it's very unique. So to bottle our own juices, nobody knew what people like you guys that are advanced know what it's like and the healing properties. So we're educating people every day, and that is what keeps us so happy. My husband and I, it's a bell ringing day at Wheatberry if we can help somebody that's sick. Help somebody.
So did juicing start the healing process for you? Is that what you had to do? Or
not necessarily, but juicing I didn't know about juicing then, but I did know about cleansing. So I went the traditional method and had a double mastectomy. I chose not to do chemo or radiation. I also went to an alternative doctor, and they did balance testing, and they put me on a cleanse. It wasn't like my awesome juice here. I had to hold my nose, and my babies would say, "Mommy, why are you gagging?" Because I would hold my nose and drink. So that started the cleansing part, and that introduced me to cleansing.
Wow. Awesome.
And that was, I just had my 15th breast cancer-free anniversary.
So I love it because we always talk about profit from your passion and that kind of thing, and I love how you said that you couldn't do a business that you didn't believe in, and so you got into the Wheatberry and the juicing and the organic or raw food, and you really love working your business because you love what it does for people. You love the healing process that can happen.
She's like a passionpreneur.
She is a passionpreneur.
Exactly.
Our perfect kind of candidate, huh?
Yep, exactly.
And so, being in this area where you said like people don't know about it and they, you know, they don't like when you're in New York, everybody's raw. Everybody knows about vegan. You know, everyone has some kind, there's a store in every corner. That not being here in this area, how did you market your business? How do you market? How are you becoming successful? What methods do you have to take?
Initially, we didn't have the funds to advertise. And we're kind of in a hidden, you know, the little corner where we are.
Exactly.
We're kind of hidden. Word of mouth initially is what kind of got Wheatberry out. Now we're doing some advertising and business has really, really done. It's every day our sales go up a bit. The branding and knowing your customer, knowing your demographics, like you said. I mean, we know ours. And that's where you have to speak to your customers. Right. Social media is not just social media. We call it social listening at Wheatberry. When we're looking, that is a platform where people are asking questions. When I look at our Facebook page, when I look at our Instagram, I know what people are interested in, so you can adjust your branding and your demographics by listening to our customers. Our customers range from young little hipsters that are coming in that want to know what this, you know, I know when you're young you want to do and eat weird things, and so we have young 18-year-olds, and then we have, you know, women my age that want to stay healthy. We also have many people that are recovering from illness, and my husband is so good at helping people know there's hope, there's make them smile.
Right.
And so knowing our customers and branding is huge. And like I said, the mistake, I think if you've got to look back and see how you could redo things, and you guys all starting businesses, holy cow, you have the world at your fingertips with this direction. Branding, I say, I mean, start simple. I say start simple. I don't care if you're selling one little thing. And if we could do it over now, it's been about 5 years. We actually opened only 3 years ago in December, so it's not even 3 years.
Right.
So we are now focusing more, but branding is very, very important. And everything you do, in my opinion, do it right. Do not compromise.
That's so good.
We are
so good. So good.
Can you say that social media, we've been talking about that a lot here, about how it grows your brand and how it makes you, you know, more aware to your customer. Can you say that it really helped you out and it's making you more popular now?
Yes. I'm 53, so I'm way behind these, like my sons. I have 3 college sons, and they're all single, and there's a lot of young, powerful women in here. And they're handsome. They look like my husband, so thank God. So social media, because we have the 3 sons, they really...
So they know.
And they say, Mom, that picture you put up didn't get any likes, but mine got 450.
Right.
So I say hire somebody that's a social media guru, or get your kids out there and to do it.
Because we really know, right?
Social media, yes, you guys do know, though.
This is true.
But social media is fun. And us oldies, none of you guys are old, but us 53-year-olds, like, we still look at Facebook and we like to see the beach scenes and the sunsets of my friends, my college friends. But social media is definitely an Instagram.
Because I follow you guys' Instagram, and it's amazing. I mean, even the pictures, people wonder how they can be, you know, creative with the same product.
Right.
But Wheatberry is a great example of how you have a few juices, you know, or however many juices you have, but you can keep posting them in different ways. So it's awesome.
And to reiterate what you said, because every single thing you do, don't do it unless you're going to do it right.
Yes.
My husband says, honey, it's only the name of one juice. It takes me months. I Google. I want it to be a certain amount of words. I want it to be a theme. But just one, I mean, we have about 20 juices now, but just the name of one juice. People come in the cafe and I'm telling them about all the names, and Rick's like, honey, they really don't care. I go, yes, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They want to hear about my... So it's the little things that make the difference. Good. Where you're going to put 16 ounce on that label. Are you going to put 16 because it's really 19, but we're going to compromise and put 17?
That's so
Every
good.
little detail that we do in your company is important, so don't do too much, do little, and less is more.
Less is more.
Wow.
Less
That's
is more.
awesome.
That's really good.